moving.
It's just beaming,
This is
isn't it?
amazing.
Feels better.
It does feel better. Oh, you already turned it down.
No, I didn't. I didn't touch it.
It's back up though.
I had not touched it. Right. So in a couple of minutes, we'll go live for TV everywhere. So our noon show here at Lake Martin Pizza in Davie. Appreciate everybody joining us every day. Yeah, Coach said he was getting food for the school. So I said, "You tell him that we got you covered up there?" He's like, "Nah." He said, "I'm getting a bunch of stuff." He said, "You don't want to cover that."
Yeah, no.
I said, "No, I'm probably not going to do that." But so I've got you if you want it. Still come eat lunch. I know some of you do that. When you tune in, you go, "Oh man, I can go grab some free lunch at Lake Martin Pizza," and on us here.
Yeah. Hello.
And the special is almost impossible to beat. So,
and that's every day of the week.
Yeah, it's every day. It's not just on Fridays. It's not just when we're here. Although we could name it the Auburn Blitz Special. I mean, we try to get them to do that. So, you need to take your favorite piece, which is the pepperoni, and then I can pick a piece and do a split and do a Auburn Blitz Special. So, trying to tell me not to touch the table. Then might as well.
I was just holding it while you touched the table.
Always good tunes down there.
Always.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here at lunch. We're live on location here at Lake Martin Pizza in Davie, Alabama. Man, it's always one of our favorite places. I know we say that everywhere, but it really is.
It is, and I'm so full right now. I just ate some of those Cinnabites. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're so addicting. They're so tiny. It's so easy just to.
And the icing.
My favorite.
Can't beat it. But 2 slices and a drink for $8.50. And they're massive slices. We show them off all the time. We'll show them a little bit later on. But you come in and you can get that. Of course, if you don't want that special, you can order whatever you want.
Yeah, go ahead and get yourself some pizzas for the weekend, so then you don't have to cook.
Such good pizza here at Lake Martin Pizza. So if you've never been to the one down here on Highway 49 in Davie or the one in 63, you need to go. I mean, take your friends, your family, hang out. They still got the plastic up because it's still a little cool. But you kind of got the heater right here behind you going, so it feels perfect right now. It's like a spring day.
The sun is creeping out.
It was terrible this morning, so we're glad to see the sun out. But yeah, come on down. First 5 to come up to us and say Auburn Blitz. We will take care of your lunch for you. So if you're out and about and you're close to Lake Martin Pizza, I would. If I were driving around or I was in my office and go, "Hey man, I can get down there in 30 minutes. I'm going to give me some pizza," so we'll take care of it for you. Faith had a good podcast this morning. A lot going on with obviously basketball coming down the stretch, a big game tomorrow night. Everything is big for this Auburn basketball team now. Got to get some wins. Better not lose to either one of these teams in the next week at home, because that would probably be the stain that keeps you out of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, with these 2 games coming up at home, you've got a terrible Ole Miss team and an even worse LSU team coming in. It is going to be a quick turnaround from Saturday to Tuesday, but it's a very winnable last 2 home games that you have to win. I mean, I know that it's
just got to have it.
Yeah.
Period. We can analyze this however you want to analyze it.
Yeah. It's been a rough season, but to be able to pull out just these last 2 wins so that you are going to be able to go play in the tournament should be one of the biggest priorities right now.
Yeah.
And getting this team back together on the same.
Win 2 in a row and then go up there and play loose in Tuscaloosa because, go up there and try maybe some things you haven't tried before. Alabama's.
What's the hurt of just going up there and doing
something there's no pressure.
Different? Or, don't go in there expecting to lose.
Well, this is not the last year team that took a number 1 ranking into Tuscaloosa where there was a lot of pressure to win. And Auburn was able to weather that storm and win that game on the road up there. But this is obviously a different team this year. Alabama's really kind of been on a heater. They came into Auburn, got a 4-point win. Auburn scored in the 90s. If you score in the 90s, you should win. But the defense has been the problem with this team, especially from the perimeter and being able to guard against a 3-point shot for pretty much anybody. Every team Auburn's played seems to have their best night shooting a 3 except Kentucky, and they lost.
Yeah, and that was solely because they were just missing left and right. It wasn't because Auburn did anything special or did anything different. And that's one of the biggest problems right now is that you still haven't found a way to guard that 3-point line.
It's been a problem all year. It's led to Auburn losing 6 of 7. Oklahoma, a dunk team just shot your eyeballs out in an empty building. Mississippi State, you allowed one guy to go for 36 in the first half, which is a joke. I can just keep going down the list. And so if Auburn, here's the positive thing. We didn't even talk about that. If you somehow can get a grip on that, man, maybe you could go on a little bit of a run. Maybe you could do something if you buckle down and say, okay, the one thing we have been terrible at this year is 3-point defense. Can we fix that at this point in time of the year? Can we at least get better where somebody doesn't shoot 68% from behind the 3-point line? Is there anything we can do that can maybe enhance what Auburn does from outside? So I don't know. That's one of the things that I think Stephen Pearl is a little frustrated with. He's a defensive-minded coach. That's kind of what his responsibility was with Coach Pearl, Bruce Pearl, his dad. Hasn't been able to translate it to this season.
No, and the problem is that you can tell he's frustrated, and you can visually see some of these guys that just don't go and play defense.
Right.
And what is he going to do about that? You've got a few guys that you have benched because they can't compete on the defensive side, but their offense doesn't outweigh their lack of defense. And so
but that's the problem. You don't have anybody to bench to punish.
That's my point. What are you going to do?
Yeah, your hands are tied. I think that's kind of why, like Gary Harris this morning when I was on his show was asking me about Stephen's demeanor and had I noticed a change? And I said, yeah, I have. He's usually a real fiery guy. And he's kind of been more. It looks like a stunned look a lot of times. Maybe I don't know what to do at this point. Because I think he has tried everything. I think he's probably ripped him a new one in practice. I think he's probably ripped him a new one in at halftime of these games. And, at some point in time, it's got to be about the player. It's got to be about you and what kind of effort you put out there.
You can't coach effort, and that is the hardest thing for some people to understand that, Stephen Pearl can be doing all he's doing. But these guys, you see the lack of effort that they're giving. You see that they're not – running down the court and making something happen. So coaching only goes so far. This isn't the team he recruited.
It's not a babysitting service.
No.
And so, again, at some point in time, it has to be about the individual player. And I'm not saying everybody on the team's that way. SWA, I think, gives tremendous effort. I think Elijah Freeman. I think KO gives tremendous effort.
For 40 minutes.
Absolutely. Now, I hate to say it. Look, sometimes you need to be called out. Tahad doesn't give the best effort all the time. Keyshawn Hall definitely doesn't give the best effort on defense. And it's relegated him to the bench a couple of times this year already because of, hey, we know how prolific of a scorer he is, but his absence on the defensive side is so detrimental. It's almost like, you know what? I can sacrifice the points for you giving up so many easy baskets. I got to make a change.
But also the amount of turnovers that he's letting happen after he finds out he's not going to be getting these calls, and he just continues to turn the ball over time and time again and doesn't do anything to get the ball back, or if he goes up and makes a terrible shot, doesn't do anything to try to get a rebound or anything, because if they're not going to call the foul, well, then that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
That's not how this game works.
It's disheartening that you have guys that, and again, actions don't lie.
Right.
When you watch a guy deliberately not do what he needs to do defensively or give a half-a effort on something, that ain't got squat to do with the head coach. Like, there's no coach out there that's worth their salt that's not trying to get every ounce of effort out of their player. But you can only scream and yell at somebody so much. But again, having such a thin bench and having not many players to pick from, your hands are tied. I think that's
what kind of chip does it put on the players' shoulders when they say, Coach, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You bench me? Who are you going to put in my spot? And that is the entitlement that I think a lot of these kids are getting in these transfer portal era, NIL money era.
I know you want to talk about that coming up in the next segment, and I'm going to let you kind of go on a little rant because I thought you had a good point yesterday when we were talking. We kind of hit on it a little bit in the podcast yesterday morning, but you haven't really had a chance to talk about it yet. But I think you raised good points about the entitlement part and, no consequences to things. Like, that's what – look, a kid's a kid. And it doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or if you're 20 years old. If you're under somebody's guidance, if you know that you're going to get in trouble or there's consequences, it changes the way you approach things and the mentality you have about how you go about your business. And, unfortunately, Stephen's been handcuffed with 7 players. And so he can't probably do the things he would really like to do because he ain't got enough players to put on the floor to have a team. That's why I said this morning it's so important what happens in the offseason with Stephen. And whoever stays on this team is going to be a guy that's bought into Stephen Pearl. And then whoever Stephen's able to go out and get out of the portal and recruit in here, those will be 100% his guys at that point, because guys that are on the team, they're going to have an opportunity to leave if they don't like it here. So whoever stays, that's on them. They will have chosen to do that. And then whoever he's able to go out and get. So it'll be 100% his team next year.
Yeah, well, that's why this team, he inherited it, but he's kind of stuck with it too at the same time of, okay, well, I don't really know how to adjust my role in this and how to take over at the same time. And some of these guys, what was your plan for them? Because that's not the plan I have for them.
This team never has found its identity this year. I don't know what it is. I mean,
you know what it is? It's going from player to player each game. You never know. They're unpredictable. That's the identity. You don't know who's going to have their best.
You're right. No, you're right. And here's the thing. I thought, and I was way off, with a smaller team, this team would take pride in getting after it defensively and really ramping it. But again, I didn't know that Auburn would only be playing 7 guys. I felt like this team, as we were told at media days by Stephen, need 10, 11 guys to contribute to do it. But I think people need to remember this. I think he stood up there in front of everybody at media days and said, for us to be the best version of what we want to be, we got to have 10, 11 guys. We ain't even close to that.
You don't touch that.
Not even close to that. So, hey, he told everybody, for this team to really reach its ceiling, you need 10, 11 guys contributing, and at best, some nights you get 7.
Yeah, and, someone commented earlier on the show this morning that Bruce said this team was going to be a roller coaster. When he was going through the recruiting and signing all these guys, he even said that this is going to be a roller coaster. And that's why I think it's so important to note that Bruce liked to pick those project guys.
Right. I totally agree. Hey, we are live on location at Late Morning Pizza here in Dadeville, Alabama on Highway 49. It's been a great lunch crowd. It is always awesome on the weekends here during the week. Make them part of your plans. They're open on Mondays. There's a lot of restaurants that don't open on Mondays that are open on Sundays. Like, they're open 7 days a week. Yeah. Both Alex City and the Dadeville location. And again, we can't thank Glenda Mitchell and her law firm enough for being our presenting sponsor of everything Auburn Blitz. And, of course, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Sensi Green for air that's cool and clean. Colin Sensi Green.
We will take a break. We will be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this. All right, guys, we are live on location at Lake Martin Pizza in Dadeville, Alabama. It's kind of it's gloomy, then the sun came out, and behind the clouds again, but at least the weather got out of here.
Amen.
And but it's nice down here. Come out, they still got the plastic up, so when it starts to get a little cooler, you don't know it because you got heaters like this that are, it makes you feel like you're sitting right in the comfort of your living room.
Hey, I'm loving my heater right
That
now.
thing is like pounding
Are you cold?
No,
I mean, warm.
no, yeah, I'm warm. Absolutely.
Oh.
You got to be burning up.
I
Good
feel like it's
Lord.
not even hitting me.
Yeah, it's rolling for sure. But again, come out to Lake Martin Pizza. Hey, look, the offer always stands when we come to Lake Martin Pizza. We the first 5 we pay for your lunch. What else can we do for you? Not much else. The center dots down here. This icing is perfect. Auburn baseball welcoming in Nebraska this weekend, and then softball is about to play Troy, I believe. I always feel like I am like right in the screen compared.
Over. She's not. Good. You don't have
Good.
to.
Good. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. 45 minutes left on our show today. As you can see behind us, we are live on location at Lake Martin Pizza in Dadeville, Alabama. It is a phenomenal place to come get some lunch, dinner, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Never a bad day to get some great pizza from Lake Martin Pizza.
Never. And it's Friday, so that means you can get it the whole weekend. If you don't feel like cooking, go ahead and pick up some pizzas.
And we're not saying we're giving you permission to knock off work early, but hey, come on down to Lake Martin Pizza, get you some pizza, and then just call it a day.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
So anyway, come check it out. Glenda Mitchell and her law firm really, really appreciate. I know what you're typing. I don't have to even be told that. But anyway, get you some Lake Martin Pizza. Come out and check them out. Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, her entire staff is just awesome. Just a great law firm that will protect you when you need protecting, and hopefully none of you ever will be in a traffic accident, you or any of your family or anybody, your friends. But if you are, Glenda Mitchell is the person to call. She'll come to you. She'll give you her personal cell number and make sure you're taken care of. Bama Willie said 7-man rotation is what Stephen. Oklahoma has a 7-man rotation. Arkansas has a rotation. Everyone is tired. I said that, and you and I both said this is a marathon. Some teams have 9. If you're lucky, you have 10. But for the most part, the production of what you get out of your 6th, 7th, and 8th guys, really, that's what sets teams apart.
Yeah, if Elijah Freeman doesn't have, a great night, or Philip Jovic doesn't have his record night, you aren't getting that much production off the bench. You are getting maybe 10 points. Right.
So it's technically a 7-man rotation. No, I don't. That's the first comment we have seen, Bama Willie. So I don't know which feed are you referring to. That makes me a little nervous that people are commenting and we don't see it. So, but it's technically a 7-man rotation, but you're not getting a lot of production from it. Almost zero. Outside of Elijah Freeman, I don't understand what's happened to Philip Jovic. Really thought after the South Carolina game he was going to really come on and be a force, and he just has not really done much since. And so maybe, as Gary asked me this morning on his show, is this going to be a team that can maybe find a little bit of itself and beat? Can you find that team that showed up in Gainesville, Florida again somewhere? Is that team still out there for Auburn? I know Ole Miss is bad and it's at Auburn, but you're going to tell a lot about the rest of this season, however long it's going to last for Auburn, with the effort they give against an Ole Miss team that just there ain't any way to spin it. They're just not any good.
They are not good. Like, getting to see them up close and personal, and it is not a good team. It is a very, very winnable game, and they are probably – this is the worst Ole Miss team I've seen in a couple of years. But
it's definitely Beard's worst team since he's been there.
Oh, there is no question it's.
Is he second guessing?
I think they're second guessing him right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of question marks for Auburn to answer over the next 3 games heading into the SEC tournament. So we'll continue to talk about basketball if you want to. I want to let you kind of give this Bediako thing, and then all the things that we cover on a daily basis with college athletics. Faith, it boils down to either NCAA rules or court rules or somebody rules, and then it's okay. Well, I hear you, but I'm just going to go over here and see if I can get another answer. That's what this has become. Like using the bet. I'm not picking on Alabama. I'm just saying the Bediako thing. He just keeps pressing the envelope when he doesn't get the answer he wants, and just going to keep trying until somebody eventually goes, okay, here you go.
So you've got Bediako that keeps going back and forth in this situation, and now you've got other things coming out that you might see some players over the spring and summer try to go walk on somewhere else because there's not another transfer portal, and so but they aren't getting what they had been promised, or they're going to go turn around and sue the school that they're at. What this is teaching everybody at this point is that whatever you've been told, if it's not what you want to hear, well, guess what? I'm going to go sue you, and I'm going to go do what I want to do, no matter if it's in the rules, written in the rules, or just something that you've been told. And this is setting an example for young student athletes and young people in general that it's okay that someone says no, not to do something, because if you want to do it, you can do it. You just need to sue somebody, and you can work your way around it and not follow the rules because it's what you want to do. It's teaching entitlement, and it's teaching that there are no consequences to any actions because you chose to go somewhere and it's not going your way. That's life. That sucks. Not everything goes the right way.
Yeah, and there has to be some accountability for your decisions. Like we had somebody text us this morning, I won't name the player, but they said, oh, well, this player got in the portal, went to this school, thought they were going to be given the job. That's why they got in the portal to go. Well, things are different now at that school. Doesn't look like the guy that was going to be leaving is going to be leaving now. So he's going to be right back in the position he was. So, that's unfair. Y'all told me this. I don't like that. So I'm going to go try to go back to my old school. First of all, don't want you back because you voluntarily left. And then number 2, go suck it up, man. You chose to go over there and be part of that team. And just because it didn't work out the way you had it paved, or maybe somebody told you it was going to work out, you're just going to cry and go backwards to go where you came from because it didn't work out for you. There is no resolve or any stability or any stay power for these guys anymore, certain ones of them. And don't want you back. If you left, go figure it out. There's a consequence to you getting in the portal, leaving. You have to deal with it. So,
and it's teaching these kids the entitlement problem that you see a lot in the disciplinary actions that happen, and that, okay, well, look, you're just going to waste your own $5 million that you spent on me. Well, guess what? That's you wasting it on the bench. Well, how else are you supposed to get disciplined? I mean, seriously, what else is it what more do you want? Because if you don't want these players that are entitled or think that they are owed everything,
Right.
how else do you discipline them?
I hate to compare it to gambling, but everybody would go to the blackjack table if the only thing that came out of it is you either win or nothing happened. If you go to the blackjack table and you know there's a really good chance that you're going to lose. But if you went to the blackjack table and go, oh, well, if they didn't get the hand I wanted, I'll just fold and start over.
That's
That-
not how it works.
But that's how they're expecting
exactly
it to work.
right. You're right.
They make a decision and it don't pan out the way they want it to pan out. So they go, oh, well, I just want to go back to the way it was. Well, no, it don't work like that. Like said school has moved on from you and already filled your position times two. There's no room for you.
And that's why it was. Oh gosh, was it the Wisconsin player who
Yes,
had
Xavier.
signed 2 years?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that had signed for the 2 years, only went one, and then
Went to Miami.
yeah, and now is
Xavier Nelson.
is getting sued by the school because he signed a contract
Yeah.
for 2 years, and you leave. That
And,
is-
and then he
that-
went and started at Miami and won a national championship. And that goes to the other rule change that they're trying to fix about schools accepting guys outside of the portal window.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And
By people
finding-
trying to
yes,
walk on
1,000%.
because they want to change schools. Well, let me try to walk.
That's
on
the
to this
loophole.
school.
They have a portal window for a reason. And we were already sent a message to buckle up because after spring, there's going to be about 15 to 20 big name guys all over the country that are going to get in the portal or not get in the portal, but they're going to go transfer
Take
through
a
this
hike.
through
That's
this
what they're
through
gonna
this
do.
daggum loophole. And let's see what all happens with it. All right, we're up against another break here on the show. We're live on location at Late Mark Pizza in Dadeville, Alabama. Come join us out here. If you can't join us today for lunch, you make plans for your dinner. Make sure to come out and take advantage of some outstanding food at Lake Mark Pizza. Appreciate Glenda Mitchell and her law firm for being our presenting sponsor, and we will be back with more of Auburn Blitz right after this.
The colors in the background look so.
They're cool, aren't they? What?
The colors.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Halfway through our show today. As you can see behind us, we're live on location at Lake Mark Pizza here in Dayville. It is awesome down here. We love it down here. It's been a great lunch crowd down here today, coming in and out. You can be part of this lunch crowd if you want to. Come down here and on us. Look, nobody's taking advantage of it today. I'm not afraid to say it. Every time we come, everybody pretty much takes advantage of it. Today, everybody's
Before the halfway point of the show.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with everybody?
Probably because of the weather.
Yeah, don't let the weather stop you from knocking the table off the bed. Don't let the weather be a deterrent for you coming to get some free lunch on us. So,
Halfway through our show.
Yeah, I'm just going to kick it to you.
Hey, well, last night I had the luxury of having a tiger tail and twice baked from Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't get a call, but that's okay.
Hey,
Okay. But hey,
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, the best place for you to go and get your meals. They always have their own lunch specials, weekend specials. It's the last week end of February, which means they had the entire week or the entire month of February filled with different things to do on the weekends and different foods. So make sure you stop by Pepper Tree in either Pepper Tree Montgomery or in Auburn.
Yeah, either one. Can't go wrong either way. So talk some football because March the 17th, spring practice will get underway. Looking forward to that. I mean, that is, what is that, 18 days away?
Yep.
18 days for spring football practice getting started, and then you'll blink, it'll be time for A-Day and just everything that it's just amazing that it gets here this fast. But anyway, a little bit more excitement around spring practice with a new coach, basically a whole new roster. But there's one part of the roster, Faith, that you and I have been talking about for over a week now. The defensive side of the ball has more consistency in returners than the offense, obviously. You did keep Kevin Stills, your defensive coordinator. You heard Keldra Fault talk about it at the combine, how Vontrell King Williams and not Kevin. Did I say Kevin Stills?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
DJ Durkin. I have no idea where that came from.
I was about to say.
Well, he was actually on the show 2 days ago talking about Auburn's defense that I watched, and it was just in my brain. So they were asking him some questions about that. DJ Durkin. Excuse me.
I was like, is there something I didn't know about?
No, there's been no breaking news. That's just called being an idiot. DJ Durkin and Vontrell King Williams being the heartbeat of the defense.
Yeah.
And, of course, your defense coordinator should be, but Keldra Fault said that really was the huge determining factor why so many guys came back and bought into this thing. And, Auburn lost some guys, Malik Blockton and, Kayan Lee. We can go down the list, Jay Crawford. But they also kept a lot of guys and a lot of key guys and a lot of young guys that said, look, I see the vision here. I want to stay the course. And you and I profiled this group this morning. And the safety position is one that I don't think Auburn's going to have to worry about.
Yeah, no, with your returners, with Champ Anthony, Caleb Harris, and Sylvester Smith, the ones that had a lot of conversation around them last year with just their performance. Champ Anthony with his injuries the last couple of years. And then the young guys, Anquan Fagans, Eric Winters, and Jacoby Matthews. I mean, such huge potential for these guys who, they some playing time, nothing significant, but enough for you to say, okay, they're going to get some real playing time and have it all kind of just come together for them in their heads.
Breakout seasons for guys, you and I kind of previewed that. We'll talk about that later on over the next month or so. But you'll kind of get a preview of who those potential breakout players will be when we go through spring practice. But you and I talked about Jared Smith being one of those guys on the defensive line, defensive end, edge rusher guys. But in the secondary, you got a couple of guys, and I know Eric Winters more playing time than Newboy did last year. But hey, either one of those guys could emerge as a breakout player this year for Auburn on defense.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, you and I talked about Anquan Fagan's spring leading up to.
I thought he had one of the best springs of anybody last year.
Yeah, and then Eric Winters kind of just jumped out of nowhere, and especially towards the end of the season where you heard
he was the best in the league at run defense as a safety, as a freshman.
Yeah, and so I mean,
graded over 90%. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
he's a thumper. He's a big dude. Like he is a thick guy, but a lot of times you worry about a guy being too big back there, can't move, can't run. That's not the case with him.
No. And again, his just football IQ and his knowledge back there is just, he's got a seventh sense.
He does. So, again, we'll talk more about them in the secondary as we move along, but looking forward to kind of watching that group. We're looking forward to watching everybody because everything's going to be new. And quarterback list came out. We talked about it on the podcast this morning. We're going to go back through that. Auburn has 2 on the top 10. So this quarterback room is stronger than a lot of people thought it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe anticipated it would be. So we'll talk about that when we come back. Again, thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm being our presenting partner here on the Auburn Blitz, everything Auburn Blitz. We appreciate Late Mark Pizza being here on location. We also thank J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Sense Green for air that's cool and clean on Sense Green.
And we're going to take a break here on TV. We will be back with more Auburn Blitz right after this. All right, we're at Lake Martin Pizza, everybody, and you can make plans to come down here anytime. They're open 7 days a week. Lunch, dinner, all the good things. I know a lot of times people come down after church.
Like you and your
That's
crews.
it, a big crew. I do my part of supporting. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. A couple of segments left here on the show. Today, we are live on location at Lake Martin Pizza in Dadeville, Alabama. And again, I'm sorry that nobody wants to take us up on our offer today. I don't know what's wrong with everybody, but normally we have no problem.
Yeah, normally it's always right before the halfway point of the show.
We're already
Everyone's
paid
here.
up and good. So
Whatever.
you still got about 20 minutes to do it, and then we're going to say offers closed this time. But anyway, if you can't make it down, make sure you make Lake Martin Pizza part of your plans. Appreciate them so much. Appreciate J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job too big or too small. And
Sense Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sense Green. It is finally about to be a little bit warm outside, so you need to turn your AC on, switch it from the heat to some air conditioning.
never been so. Has this been the longest winter ever?
Yes.
Man, it's been terrible. So anyway, ready for some sunshine. All right, quarterback situation. You know, in the off season, new coach, Deuce Knight getting in the portal, Jackson Arnold getting in the portal, Ashton Daniel.
I
What?
forgot that he still had more eligibility.
We were just like, you know what? It didn't really matter. Like, there was no anticipation of him coming back anyway, nor was it going to be anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just shut up.
I was like,
All right, so here, moving forward, you get Byron Brown, you go get Christian Tia, you get Tristan Tia.
You thought you said Christian.
Oh, Tristan.
Tristan. I swear you said Christian.
Rewind it and see what I said. So anyway, it don't matter. I mean, it does, but I didn't.
I know.
say
I
that.
think Kevin Steele is now throwing me off. I'm like, I'm.
All right. Anyway, let's move forward. Sam Levitt is number one on this list of on 3 transfer portal quarterbacks. Byron Brown is number 2, and you get a guy that's a proven quarterback. You get a guy that you're not waiting on. Hey, well, he came out of high school as a highly ranked guy. He's got 2 really solid years of production, and that's why he warrants the ranking. And then you got Longstreet at number 3, who also is a LSU. I mean, you got Levitt and Longstreet. Don't really know what Longstreet was thinking there, other than he's like, I'm going to gamble that Sam Levitt's probably going to break his foot again, and I'm going to get to take over.
I mean, you got to think about it. Those foot injuries, they come back and forth all the time. And, you know, you're never really healed from an ankle injury. I think you know something about that. And so it is.
You're just taking jab after jab on me.
I know I'm not.
Like subtle jab. Like they're not like they're passive
You rolled
aggressive.
your ankle like a while ago, and then you rolled it again just recently, and it's not been the same since the very first time you rolled it.
Right.
Am I wrong?
That years ago. Yep. Basketball, and it just gets. You're right. They do reoccur.
So that's what I'm saying, though. That's why when it is something so recent, you got to have some sort of backup. And what do you want your backup to be? Landon Clark?
Well, he's on the list.
He's on the list too.
He's on the list. So they got 3 of the portal quarterbacks in the top 10. Auburn's got 2. Byron Brown will definitely be the starter, but you know, this is a different deal where you're looking at Tristan Tia as a guy that they targeted maybe for the future. Maybe they said, look, you don't have a lot of playing experience at Oregon State, but we like what you're going to be able to do. You're going to learn in this system for a year. Byron Brown's only going to be here for 1 year. You get your feet under you. We're going to look at you as being the starter next year.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't nowadays. You can't think like that though. To be
No,
honest with you,
right.
because we all thought that elsewhere, and then the things happen, and people move around because they're throwing money left and right or
Speaking
lies.
of that, coming in at number 4. That was perfect timing.
Thanks, I do what I can.
Yeah, I mean, you segued perfectly, and that Deuce Knight is number 4 on the list. And I think he went over to Ole Miss thinking that, hey, everybody's leaving. It's going to be a great opportunity. I'm from Mississippi, and then all of a sudden, like you said, injunctions and rulings and all that kind of junk come down, and Trinidad Chambliss gets another year.
Who knows what's gonna happen with
He
him?
ain't coming back to Auburn. I'm just telling you.
There ain't no way.
Like that is not even up for debate. And
where would he even fit in this room? He wouldn't.
So
many.
put yourself in Alex Golish's shoes and the other guys. He had a meeting with Alex Golish and the staff, decided to get in the portal and leave. So now it didn't work out at the school that you're at now, and so you want to try to come back? Like, I'm not saying that's what's happening. Please do not say that out there. I'm saying in a hypothetical situation.
Do you not think that they sold this dream that we're literally talking about Tristan Tia to Deuce Knight, who had already been here and already worked through the system a little bit?
Sold the same thing.
Of course. That's why, if God forbid, if something were to happen of him in the conversation of either not staying there or what, I don't know what else you're going to be able to do.
There's nothing else to do. I mean, it goes back to what
you can't wait your turn anywhere.
That's right. You're just going to hop around. Well, we said the only school that there was a potential of him walking in and starting was Boston College.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
You're going to go all the way up there.
Yeah, and you're going to go to Boston.
They've been snowed in for months.
And not that their record's any worse than Auburn's has been, but it's still, you're playing at Boston College versus an SEC. And again, I don't want to make this all about Deuce Knight, but it goes back to what you were saying, and the whole point of what we've talked about on the show today is that, hey, look, live with your decisions. You may think it's all paved out this way, and you may take a detour. It may not work out. You're still going to have to go over and work to earn your spot. He thought he was going to be handed this job. Let's just be honest about it. He thought he was going to be handed this job at Ole Miss, and he wasn't handed the job. And now that Trinidad Chambliss is coming back, he's staring squarely at the bench just like he would have been at Auburn. But maybe I don't know. Which one would he rather sit on the bench at, Ole Miss or Auburn? I don't know. But his time can come, but he's got to stay somewhere for it to actually happen. So who knows? But anyway, we're up against the final break here for TV. We're live on location at Lakemar Pizza. Love it down here. Always got great tunes going, great atmosphere, great food, everything you're looking for. Check out Lakemar Pizza, either on Highway 49 in Dable or Highway 63 in Alexander City. One final segment coming up right after this.
Yeah, no, I just don't understand that whole thing. And if this whole going around the transfer portal thing is something that does end up happening, that people start doing, that will
it's coming. They're going to try it, and then let's see what happens. I mean,
that will be the biggest.
Didn't we even say, what's the point of having a portal?
Yeah, because
after the Wisconsin situation. Because you technically can say, well, you can't force somebody to go to that school. You can't say, okay, if they want to drop out of that school and go transfer to another school, you technically can't do anything to them.
I'm confused because if you want to enroll at schools, there are deadlines and there are times where you can and can't enroll.
Correct.
And let me do you another one. If they're going to enroll into a school at like over the summer or something like that to get around it because they're going to walk on somewhere, they have to have the grades to get in for the actual academic part of the school.
You would think.
And not the...
Is anybody paying attention to that? How much does that
I'm
get
just
talked
saying
about? No, I'm with you. How much does that get talked about now? Does anybody talk about academics anymore where these guys transfer?
No.
Like, it's not mentioned ever. When we talked to a academic person the other day, and it's still apparently a major part of what goes on, but we don't ever hear anything about it anymore. And when you're transferring from
I'm glad to know Auburn's doing the right thing, though.
three or four schools within a 5-year period, I mean, my gosh, are you really getting an education?
TJ Finley has to have his doctorate at this point.
I'd really like to see his. I'm not being funny. I'd like to see his transcript. I'd like to see what classes he has enrolled in, and what he took, and how many hours he's actually accumulated. I mean, seriously.
What, you need 120 to graduate?
Yes, 120.
I'm telling you, I think he's got his doctorate or something with the amount of years he's been in school. He could be a doctor when he comes out.
Or is he getting a bunch of WDs on his transcript withdrawals? Or he didn't finish his class? I don't know. I mean, just a service. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I know that. I need purple is the reason you can't see it.
Well, I wasn't going to say that on here, so.
Well, I mean, I know. Well, that's.
I know because that reflects on me, not knowing that.
Oh, well, no. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
What you just said.
The only reason I knew it, but in fairness, because I worked in college.
Yeah.
100%. 30. Even Cole was posted something. Like, this is fake. Best part is the exact same whistle at the end of each play.
I'm scared. AI is terrible.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz last segment here for TV, live on location at Late Mark Pizza in Dadeville, Alabama. How good is it down here?
Oh my gosh, the vibes are great. I wish I was out on the boat in like 100-degree weather.
This playlist is giving us that vibe, yeah, no doubt. The music's always great down here. You wouldn't know it's cool outside because you got the plastic still up, got the heater options, got all the flat screen TVs down here. As you can see, one behind, actually two behind us down here. You can see the bar behind us, which is outstanding. And as it starts to warm up spring, you got the stage out here beyond the plastic. They'll have live entertainment. It's going to be great. It's a great place to come and hang out.
I heard you were going to do stand-up here. No, I heard that.
Yeah.
They told me.
Sign up. Everybody come down and watch the worst comedy act.
It's going to be an interactive with the crowd.
Oh, God. No, then I'm definitely not showing up then. So I'll be a no-show that day. So only if you'll come down and sit on the front row for support.
Front row with faith. Bring a camera.
I walked into that one. All right, final segment here. We'll close out Auburn baseball with Nebraska starting tonight at 6 o'clock. Glad the weather got out of here. This will be a series that really, when you look at it, it's very similar to what they're going to face in the SEC. So it's a good warm-up as SEC play starts, I think, March the 11th for Auburn. Let me go back and look. Actually, it would be March 13th where they travel to Columbia, Missouri. But, hey, Nebraska, very, very good program. Been to College World Series. They got a good history to them. But, Faith, when you look at it, the thing that is stirring the drink for Auburn right now is this pitching staff and this ERA for Jake Marciano in 11 innings, 20 strikeouts, 1 run given up.
Yeah, he's at .82 for his ERA. I mean, this kid is lights out.
And right behind him is Drew Whalen at 1.23, Jet Johnson with 1.59, Alex Petrovic with a 2.7. Everybody so far has just been lights out for this Auburn pitching staff. And although the bats have kind of been silent in some games, the one consistency in this team has been this pitching. And you know the bats are going to be there. It was a great walk-off for Bub the other night against a terrible West Georgia team, by the way.
Yeah.
You were losing 3-1 late, and then you come back and you get that from Bub. But again, you know the midweek games are always going to be the ones that are you're going to have to play some guys. You're trying to work some depth in for your pitching because you got Jake Marciano that's pretty much solidified himself as that Friday starter. And then the hitting, again, when you look at the averages, Brandon McCrane is a guy that's really come. I don't know that I've ever seen numbers like this in this early. He's played in 7 games and started in 6 of them, but he's hitting .571. Faith, he is. He's one of the bats that have been on fire for this Auburn team early.
Yeah, and then Chase Fralick behind him with .500, and he's had 30 at bats. So, I mean,
Bristol's and you sat down with Bristol Carter for an interview, and he's having a good start at 435 as well. And then Bingham, who hit one to the moon in Arlington, is hitting 400. So, hey, regardless of what it looks like, Auburn's bats aren't terrible, and they're getting better. I'm looking forward to the series this weekend.
Yeah, I think everyone is. And, I mean, again, the offensive part of the team is something that comes more as you play some of these teams. And that's what Coach Thompson said. That's even what Bristol said. Talking to him and being able to see what could this team be. And so I think you're starting to get a little taste of that. And these guys are getting closer, so the chemistry is getting better.
No doubt. Well, that's going to wrap us up on TV. We're going to stay on for a few minutes after we get off for TV. But again, thanks to all of you that watch each and every day. We'll be back with you Monday on the noon show for more Auburn Blitz. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we have enjoyed it. We'll be out. See you next week. All right, guys. Been a great show. Again, appreciate all of you that tune us in. And even those that don't watch live, you come back and watch later. Really, really appreciate it so very much. Appreciate you, Bama Willie. You've been the lone commenter today who wins the prize for the interactive. So, you know what? Everybody's kind of been gloomed out on this Friday. Nobody came and took advantage of the free. I'm shocked. Most people are just dying for a free lunch.
I know. I would be.
I
am.
You get free lunch every day. So anyway, but we appreciate so many of you out there that have subscribed to our YouTube channel. And we're just talking to another potential partner of ours before the show. And how many of you have found us from all over, you know, and very, very appreciative of that. And again, next week, it's going to be a crazy week for us because we're going to be in Birmingham at the final. So there'll be some recorded pods that are going on. So there's several things that we need to, we're going to be up every day at 8 o'clock, no matter what. So there just may be more recorded pods than normal. So
yeah, maybe.
We'll just have to wait and see how.
We're just going to be so busy.
Yeah, we just go with the flow, you know. That's how we do it. So, all right. Anything else today?
Hope everyone has the best weekend ever.
Yeah, it should be. The weather should be getting better. So be safe out there. Do something good. Enjoy it. Go down to watch some Auburn baseball and softball this weekend if you can. So it's a great time to be outside. I know everybody's just dying to get outside. Tired of being cooped up. So
tired of it.
Yep. Hey, thanks to Lake Pizza again. Brett and Stacy, just phenomenal. Just great people. Glad to be associated with them. 63 or 49, either location, man. It's the same great pizza and food at both locations, but just really two different vibes at the location. So make sure you go check them out. Appreciate you, Glenda Mitchell, out there. Everybody in the world knows who Glenda Mitchell is if you're driving in a car anywhere on the roads in the Southeast. But she's a fighter for you. she'll take care of you if somebody in your family has been in a traffic accident, or if you've been in a traffic accident, she'll give you her personal cell number. She'll come straight to you.
Yeah, you want to make sure you got someone working for you on your side.
Absolutely. And then, of course, J.H. Smith Construction, and Excavation, and
Sense Green, credits on clean, on Sense Green.
great partners, all of you out there. Appreciate you so much. As Faith said, have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you next time for Auburn Blitz.